In 1990, Michael Eisner announced the Disney Decade, with plans to begin construction on up to 6 new Disney theme parks over the decade. These included Westcott, Disney's America, Animal Kingdom, MGM Studios Europe, MGM Studios Tokyo, and Disney Sea. However, this version of Disney Sea was not to be built in Tokyo as what ended up happening. Instead, it was to be a main theme park in a new resort area in Long Beach. This is the Distory of Port Disney and Disney Sea. The story of Port Disney actually goes back to 1955, when Walt Disney went into business with his good friend and hotelier, Jack Rafer, who was to fund, build, and run the Disneyland Hotel at Disneyland. Over time, the contract between Disney and the Rafer Corporation prevented any more resorts being built at Disneyland, and new CEO Michael Eisner was not happy that Disney did not own the Disneyland Hotel. After Jack Rafer passed away in 1984, Disney began working on buying out the Rafer Corporation, so they could become the owners of the Disneyland Hotel and also open new hotels near Disneyland. By 1988, the deal went through and Disney now owned the Disneyland Hotel, plus got some extras in the deal. They also became the owners of both the Queen Mary and the Spruce Goose in Long Beach, as well as a section of land next to them. This prompted Disney to begin looking at ways to build a second Disneyland gate in Long Beach instead of Anaheim. In 1990, Michael Eisner confirmed that Disney were planning on opening a second theme park in California, and basically said it was between Anaheim and Long Beach to decide who wanted the park the most. Ultimately, neither park ended up being built after Euro Disneyland's less than stellar opening led to budgets being slashed. So, what was to be built in Port Disney? Port Disney was to be the name of the overall resort area, and would have featured hotels, an entertainment complex, and a new theme park called Disney Sea. 5 hotels were planned to be built, including Marina Hotel, Tidelands Hotel, and Shoreline Hotel on the city side of the port, and the Port Hotel and Canal Hotel on the port side. Ferries would have connected the city and port sides as well as a bridge, with the World Port acting as Port Disney's main hub area and the main marina in the area. It's at World Port that the Queen Mary would have been docked, preserving its existence in Long Island. In order to please the Coastal Commission, who would have approved the project, a cruise ship port was also to be added, room for up to 5 cruise ships at a time. Of course, the main highlight of Port Disney was the theme park, Disney Sea. Several elements of this cancelled theme park would later inspire Tokyo Disney Sea, while some would reflect elements already existing in Walt Disney World. The main central hub for the park would have been Oceana, housed in a large bubble structure. This land would have featured a 2-story aquarium, including a future research centre, a hands-on exploration section, and a submarine simulator. Mysterious Island would have been the home to 3 attractions, inspired by Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Mysterious Island books. Guests would have been able to explore the lost city of Atlantis, a pirate island version of Tom Sawyer Island, and Captain Nemo's lava cruiser. Mysterious Island would eventually be built at Tokyo Disney Sea. Heroes Harbour would have been based on ancient sea stories, including an aqua labyrinth where the walls were made of water, a Ulysses attraction, and a Sinbad attraction, with Sinbad's storybook voyage ultimately opening at Tokyo Disney Sea. 2 other smaller areas of the park were planned, including Feats of Fantasy, where fanciful ships disguised rides without description, and the Boardwalk, which acted as a tribute to Long Island's past and Pike Amusement Park. The Boardwalk was to include a Ferris wheel and a wooden roller coaster, later influencing Paradise Pier at Disney California Adventure. The final section of the park was to be Adventure Reef, where guests could go snorkel with tropical fish, something that already existed at Typhoon Lagoon in the form of Shark Reef, and even be lowered into a shark tank in a cage. The initial plans for Port Disney called for 250 acres of landfill, but these plans were rejected and Disney had to go back to the drawing board. A smaller plan was designed to call for only 50 acres of landfill, but Disney wasn't happy that they had been forced to go for a smaller plan. In the end, Disney decided it would be cheaper and easier to build Westcott as Disneyland's second gate, especially as they already had Anaheim on side and the second park would have been built on Disneyland's current parking lot. Port Disney was a very ambitious Disney project, and one that ultimately never opened. Still, several elements of the cancelled Disney Sea would make it into Tokyo Disney Sea, including Mysterious Island and a Sinbad attraction. So I want to know, would you have liked Port Disney and Disney Sea to have opened in California? Or was it the right decision for Disney to abandon this project in favour of Westcott and later Disney California Adventure? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on what you want to see next on the Distory channel.